So that was a big part of my life.
Wait. We're not recording the audio.
No más.
No, it's green.
Uh-oh.
Zulema.
Are we recording over there?
Yeah, it is recording. Wait, it says 1 minute 30 or wait.
There is a timer going.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shoot, really? No.
Push record and then...
Look. There. Let me make sure it's recording over here. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Built From Scratch podcast. This is your host, Sule from Sule's Bakery.
And this is your host, Itzo with It's a Party.
And as you guys can see, we are back with a guest.
Yay!
Our special guest today is our coach. So if you kind of see us kind of nervous, you know why.
Yeah. yeah.
We
What you
gotta be
said.
100% when he's around.
So our special guest, his name is Esai. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
We're so excited to learn about you and hear from you. In a whole nother level, because we've been getting to know you as like our coach, but yeah, take it from now. Like,
today
tell us
we're
who you
gonna get
are.
a little bit more personal.
Yes,
I'm cool with that. So cool. Thank you, both of you lovely ladies, for having me on the podcast finally. I know you guys had mentioned you've been wanting to get a lot of people on this podcast, and my name was rumored around, so I'm honored to be here.
Yeah. So when we first started the podcast, we started making a list of like people that we wanted on the podcast, and your name has been on that list since last year. The initial thought of this podcast was like to invite small business entrepreneurs, just people that have built from scratch, and your name came up because I've literally seen you build from scratch. So I thought it was perfect, and I feel like people need to learn who you are and how you're doing, your thing. And so, what was your question earlier?
So we know that Esai is a coach, and like you mentioned the other day, I think he's also a life coach because he acts like one.
Well, no, I said on our previous video, I said I see him as a life coach. I was like, I know he's not he's a personal fitness coach, but like when you yell at me, I'm like, you knock some sense in my brain, and I'm like, just yell at me a little more, like talk to me a little more. So I feel like you should really take on that. Like,
I love that. I don't. I mean, I hear the term life coach thrown around social media and stuff, and so to me, it sounds like what are the actual metrics of a life coach? And so I haven't quite dove into that fully to be like consider myself a life coach. What I do in my transformation, program with that both of you guys are in right now, I like to think I tackle everything inside of health, fitness, and wellness. And it's a lot more than just like, make sure you eat, your salmon and broccoli every single day and work out, do your 2 hours of cardio every day. It's a lot more than just that. So I like to think I have like the all-in-one program where we tackle mindset, lifestyle habits, in addition to nutrition and training. So I haven't actually labeled it a life coach, but I'd like to think I have some pretty good life experience.
Yeah,
at this point.
I feel like because of that, like the structure of your program, it's not just like this is what you gotta eat and this is what, like, I feel like you, and even though sometimes you might not feel that way, but you're very positive and like you bring that vibe to other people, and I feel like a lot has to do also with like your place with God and like your religion and like where your heart is there.
Yes.
I feel like that's considered just like, I don't know, just like you're being positive and, your heart is being pure and, like things like that. Like, I feel like people need that. And like, and I see that as a life coach. Like,
yeah, I love that. And I appreciate that because I don't think I've actually had a client come to me and say in those words, like, hey, you are kind of like a life coach, So that's pretty cool to hear you guys so early on.
We gave you the title.
Yeah, I love that. I do love that.
So before being a coach, who was Esai before?
So I'm a father. I have a daughter. She's 17, senior in high school right now, which blows my mind still. I'm like, oh my gosh. the last few years it was a little you get a little sad as they grow up and get older, but I've just embraced it. So I'm a dad first and foremost. But in my previous, work experience, I was in oil and gas for 14 years in northern Colorado. So a lot of experience in oil and gas, and it just wasn't quite what I wanted to do forever. Like I thought about it. I mean, days and weeks and months went on, and I was like, man, do I really want to be, 40, 50, 60 years old, still doing the same thing? And the answer was clear to me. So I knew that I was, actually put here for a different reason, a bigger reason, to help more people and not necessarily just turn wrenches in the oil field. So I was in oil and gas for a long time, for sure.
That's a really hard job, right? Dirty, hard, or
dirty? Yes. I had the privilege of, I will tell you, my job was not very physically demanding. Like I was in compliance, and so it was a lot of air regulation kind of stuff, making sure equipment was labeled correctly, and it was fairly easy. Wasn't very physical intensive, I guess.
Okay.
But it was still like on call and like a lot of hours, you're working 8 days in a row.
Because that's a 24-hour place, right? Like
the
oil stuff?
Yeah. So we were on call. We would cycle on call. So we were on call at night and weekends. We would cycle through that. So like forget what it was now, like every 3 weeks or every 5 weeks, we had to do a rotation on call. And yeah, early on, it was a lot of not, sleeping, being awake, like not being able to travel too far because you might get called out to work. You have to be close to your work vehicle. And so it brought on some different stresses. And now, like they say, like once you're an entrepreneur, like you go from working 9 to 5 for someone else to working 24/7 for yourself. So I do miss days off. That's for sure.
Yeah. What made you become a fitness coach?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that's actually one of the questions that somebody sent on our.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So I always had a passion for, I guess, sports, but not even necessarily the competitiveness, but like the physical stimulus. I was a wrestler. I played football. Those were my main two sports. I did a little bit of basketball and track when I was really young. But after high school, like I kind of lost that. Didn't play any college sports, nothing like that. But I wanted something to, I don't know. I needed something to like get that physical kind of stimulus like I'm talking about. So I went to the gym, loved it. I would go for a couple months and then disappear for 6 months. I was hit or miss for many, many years after high school. And I actually had an injury where I blew out my knee and had it rebuilt. And that was when I realized, like, oh crap, I probably need to start taking care of myself, taking care of my body, or I am going to break down.
So did that happen when you were working in the oil fields when you blew it out, or?
No, this was even, I guess it was when I was in the oil field. I had started that part of my, journey. But no, I was actually trying out for the Denver Broncos. Just kidding.
I was like, whoa.
No, that's a fun little white lie I tell people just to get a laugh. But no, I was playing flag football because I was playing football. I was playing flag football and blew it out. It was crazy how it happened too. I remember like the exact moment. Like I was going after the quarterback. He juked me. I planted on this knee, snap. That leg just buckled and I heard it snap. Yeah, so I went and rested for a play and like I was like, I think I'm okay. It doesn't hurt. I ran back in, did the exact same thing, and it snapped again. So I blew out the ACL, the MCL, and like most of the lateral meniscus had to be scraped out. It was pretty much gone. It was a pretty brutal injury. Had to have it rebuilt. Got a cadaver ligament in there now, and it's even stronger than it's ever been now.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that triggered it, was that injury really made me realize like, oh crap, I need to take care of myself. Started going to the gym religiously at that point, and I just never looked back. I just fell in love with fitness.
That's cool.
So were you ever like, I mean, because you're saying your injury is what made you go into the gym, but did you ever feel like a lot of people are very insecure? Were you ever that person's like you felt insecure and you found your way out of that because of the gym? Was that Esai before or no? Did you ever have that?
That's a great point. I never actually like labeled myself as like feeling insecure, but I definitely had low self-esteem.
Okay.
Lower confidence, you know. I was always like being an athlete, and then after high school, a lot of guys like don't do anything after high school, like you know, competitive wise, and it's just into the workforce we go, and like that's life after that. I really was like, oh no, there's something to that. Like I'm missing something. And yeah, there was some of that. 'Cause I look back at old pictures of myself now and I'm like, dang, I don't even recognize that guy. Like I look so malnourished. I look like shy and depleted. Like I just look sad. Like honestly.
I asked that because I was watching a video. I can't remember if I find it, I'll send it to you, but is this guy explaining how it's backwards for females and males, how females go into the gym because they look back at their old photos and they're like, damn, like
I used to be skinny.
yeah, like I thought I was fat back then.
Yeah.
So it's like their insecurities and like their low self-esteem that makes them go into the gym. And for a guy, it's like them looking at themselves back then and they also have like low self-esteem, but they're like, they're skinny and then they're like, oh, or the other way around, like they're, you know, they're a little bit on the bigger side. And but it's, yeah, like he was saying something about like being backwards for females and males.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I'm like, let me ask him.
Yeah.
Did he have that?
I like that. I never thought about it that way. But there was definitely some, how would I even say it? Yeah, definitely something missing that like, you know, you get something from the aesthetic look of it also, like looking in the mirror and being proud of the person that you see. And I was not that at all. I was like, who am I? Like, what is my calling? Like, what am I doing with my life? Well, nobody ever got in great physical shape and, you know, regretted it. So let's try that.
Of course not.
That was me yesterday. I was telling my husband, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm doing this because I feel like I'm staying committed for now. Like right now I'm still, but I was thinking back and I'm like, in middle school, I used to be in the basketball team. High school, like when it was soccer season, I was in the soccer team. Yep. And then other season, I was in the track team.
Dang, yeah.
So I was just like thinking back, I'm like, what happened? Why did I stop? Well, I stopped.
Getting old.
I graduated and I didn't continue. Like I did participate in a few marathons after I graduated with some friends. And then I moved over to California. I think everything went downhill when I moved to Colorado.
Yeah, you know, I think when we leave school, like we have less structure, less guidance on like how to, you know, like all the normal daily tasks, right? And so like a lot of employers and like workplaces don't necessarily prioritize, you know, just being physically active, which is a huge part of, I mean, our health in general is just being physically active. So I think we just miss that once we enter the workforce. And I don't think you're unique in that. I think that's the majority of people, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I used to work in a restaurant and I would be on my feet all day.
Yeah.
And then I would bike to my work and back home. So I was active right there. I moved here to Colorado. I started working at an office and
down the hill it went.
That's where it all went down. So I'm just like, wow, now that I think of it, yesterday I was talking to my husband. I'm like, we should go out again, because we used to go hiking. Like when we moved here first, we would go hiking. We would go to the park and play basketball and everything. And then I don't know, all of a sudden everything just...
I just feel like the more we grow older and like we have more responsibilities, because I mean, when we're young, like you can be committed because that's all that's on your plate. Like I was in soccer, I did track, I was a cheerleader. My first few jobs I would walk to my jobs and then back home because I didn't have a car. So to me, I'm like, well, that's why I was very thin back then. But then I became a mom, and then now like I have a business and a husband, and you know, like I'm so big, all the responsibilities that sometimes it's so hard to like feed into you, like, and you know, like make yourself first.
100%.
So these almost 4 weeks have really been challenging for me. And that like putting myself first, like being like, you know what, the house can be clean later, laundry can be done later, like I gotta go to the gym. And it's so hard when you're used to just like giving yourself to everyone else but you first. So when like when you talk about how you left your career to like fully go on like full force on what you wanted to do, like I give you props for that, because that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for somebody to like leave their job and like go after their dream and like literally be like have an income from that.
Yeah.
Like I wish a lot of people, because there's a lot of potential on like a lot of people. Like my husband, I see a lot of potential in him, and I'm like, only if you would put that first. And like, I mean, I know he, in his mindset, he's like, no, I gotta provide, I gotta work, and
100%.
you know, and I'm like, only if you
Just
knew.
do it. Yeah.
Like I'm like, just do it. But you know, it's that fear. So how did you overcome that fear of like not having a secure income?
Man, that's such a loaded question, because my mind starts going all these different directions. It was not easy, and that's why it took me so long to actually do it. Like I've been coaching people super part-time for 5+ years before I actually quit my job. So I had a lot of experience. I had I have my private Facebook group where I was building a lot of relationships. So I didn't necessarily like cold turkey start a brand new business.
Okay.
So I did kind of warm myself into it as I was doing it part-time, and it was just for fun all these years. And then when I realized like I wanted to leave the oil field, it was like, okay, how do I put things in place? I definitely jumped the gun sooner than I should have. A lot of people will be like, do it part-time until you're making at least enough to afford your normal household bills, or have X amount in savings for a nest egg. Nope. I was like, I'm out of here.
Like,
You're
I'm
like,
so
go big
done.
or go home.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I used up all my vacation time in like the first, 4 months of the year. We had all year to use it. And then I was like, I had a plan. Like I already knew, like I'm using up my vacation time building this business. Went in, early June last year. It was like, I had a new boss at the time. I was like, hey, put in my notice. I'll be done here in the month or so. Nobody cared. So I was just like, cool, it's all on me.
It's like that was your sign. I'm doing the right thing.
Exactly. In such a big company like that, it's like you're just a number.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and the smaller company before we got acquired by the bigger company was so much more fun. Like I enjoyed my job a lot more then. But back to your question, how did I prepare for, or like go overcome that? Man, I've been through a handful of like really life-changing experiences, just from my own mental health, battling depression, went through a divorce, went through like just a lot of different big things in my life that really gave me like a new perspective of like, what am I actually doing? What does Esai want in his life? Like if I could just like erase it all off a sheet of paper and start from scratch, no pun intended, built from scratch. Yeah. Like how would I rewrite my life from here on out? There's a Marcus Aurelius quote that I love. I actually got it tattooed on my leg. It says, "Consider yourself dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." So I'm like, what would I do if I could just start from,
build from
step
scratch.
one? Yeah, start from scratch and rebuild it. And I knew, blue collar job. I have some great experience, some amazing friends from that industry, but not what I want to do forever. So I was just mentally checked out and like so ready for something else that allowed me to kind of overcome that, more so than being broke as shit, because I was actually pretty broke. Like I took a huge pay cut.
I bet.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it took a while to like build up some
While
revenue.
you were going through that, like when you were broke, did you ever like think you made a mistake?
No.
Good.
To be honest, no. Like there was times where I was scared and I was like, oh shit, like if I gotta, sell the car, like I went and bought a new 4Runner. That was stupid. I ended up selling that. I was like, if I gotta, if I have to sell my house and like literally just like downgrade my lifestyle 90%, I'll do it. Like I had so many people tell me like, oh, you have so much experience. You could always go back to oil and gas. And I'm just like, no,
like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
That's the point. I don't want to go back. Like, no, thanks. So no, I can confidently say like, I never worried that I made the wrong decision. Even if it was hard, like my back was against the wall, single income household. I had a house and a daughter to provide for. I'm like, I got to make this shit work. I gotta
do it.
Yeah. So, and honestly, bringing it back to my walk with Jesus, I knew with him in my corner, like, I would be okay. If this business doesn't work out, something else will.
Yeah.
And I put it in his hands. I like to say, I pray like it's all on him, but I work like it's all on me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Dang.
I love that.
That's insane.
I have another question that just popped in my head because I obviously when you're a business owner, you kind of pay attention to like people's like structure. I don't know. I don't know if you do, but I do.
Absolutely.
And do you have a mentor? Like, who's behind Esai? When you, I mean, because obviously we go in not knowing anything.
Yeah.
Like, you have to literally build from scratch. So I see, like, from the outside looking in, your program's like, it's very well built.
Yeah,
like, you think about, like now that I'm in it, I'm like, who thinks of these things? Like, who thinks of like having these phone calls or like video calls? Who thinks of doing like these, like, I don't like all the little things that surround your, not just like sending out a macro sheet or like you know what I mean? Like a workout plan. Like, you have a lot of structure around your program. And when I got to look at it, when I got to join, I'm like, does he have a mentor?
Yeah.
Like, is there someone behind this that's like telling
does he have
him
like a
like
boss or something?
Yeah, I'm like, who's Esai's boss? Like, who's teaching you all these things?
I love that. That's such a entrepreneurship style question. Because like my brain would go to some of that too. Like, I see other fitness coaches out there and other business owners, same thing. And I'm just like, who would have thought to have done it that way?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Good for them. But yeah, no, I've had a handful of mentors. There's no way I would have been able to build what I have like 100% on my own. For one, I mean, whatever your business is, you better be following, and checking in, getting inspiration from other people in your industry, for one, and seeing how can I see what they're doing, how can I do it better. But for me, it honestly comes back to, it all started for me when I got affiliated with First Form. So that affiliation came on back in literally when I blew out my knee and started getting into fitness. I was listening to this podcast. It was called the MF CEO. I was like, oh man, a friend of mine turned me on to it. Listening to this guy, really like business driven, a lot of like really insightful business tips and stuff. I'm like, this guy's great. And then he mentioned he's also the CEO of First Form. And I was like, never heard of First Form, so I'm going to check it out. Bought some protein from them. And then that relationship started. I became an affiliate with them. And being a part of First Form and their family, man, so much education, so much, like they've taught me so much about different, like nutrition wise, macros, supplementation, a lot of coaching stuff. I then went on to do like a couple certifications, couple different coaching mentorships. I'm currently in one mentorship now that's just for online fitness coaches. And so like joining their group coaching calls. So yeah, I definitely have had a lot of help along the way.
Cool.
Yeah, when I look back at it now, I'm like, dang, yeah, I've pulled a little bit from every single, mentor or coach that I've had over the years and like kind of pieced it all together to create, this Inner Circle program.
That's awesome.
That's cool. I mean, I was amazed. I was just like, okay, we have to fill out this form. We have to read this. We have to watch this video. We have like,
yeah, me too. When I joined, I'm like, damn, I really thought you were just gonna send me something. Like, I was like, whoa, like this is like a whole
and it's all
program.
for a purpose.
Like,
it's all for a reason. And now that I'm in it, I'm like, okay, I see why he's doing what he's doing to people. I'm just like, okay,
I love that.
I get it. Yeah.
I really do appreciate you guys noticing those little things because, the efficiencies in the details, for sure. And that's with any business. And so I try to, I do my best to go above and beyond like what other coaches I think would be doing. Here's your macros, here's your meal plan, here's your workout program.
And then check in.
Go do your thing.
After,
Yeah, and it's like, oh, there's so much more to it. Like they're not actually learning much from that.
I mean, I've done programs before, I told you.
Yeah.
And it was really on me.
Yep.
Like, like I didn't feel like I really was backed up by someone. Like, I just felt like it was more like business, more like pay me, I send you this, and you're on your own.
Yeah, like I feel like we can reach out to him with any question.
I feel like I'm probably your client that bugs you the most. Like, hey, dude, can I eat this? Hey, dude, can I like?
Not even close.
No, okay, good.
Yeah, no. I would assume it would have been pizza. Yeah.
No, you guys would be surprised, like the messages I get. But
all right,
I
good to know.
And on that note, I do want to say that we've been working together for a month each. You guys both started on the same day.
Yeah.
You guys are both crushing it right now, like doing amazing. I mean, and not because you're doing everything perfect, like that's never the purpose, but you guys are committed and you're showing me 100% effort, and you guys are seeing the results of that.
I'm staying motivated. Yeah,
me too. I just feel like I was in camp, and old me would have been like, F it, I'm gonna eat.
Yep.
I'm enjoy, you know.
Yep.
And this time around, I was like so aware. Like that's something that I'm aware of me being aware. Like, you know, like
absolutely.
Where before I wasn't. Like I'd be like, I'll work out later. You know, and now I'm like, it's like something in me. It's like, oh shit, you missed your workout. Like you better get on it tomorrow. Like, or you know, things like that. Like if I'm busy or like my foods. So yeah, I don't know. It's working. Good. So that's good because I've done other programs and it did not work.
I love that. It's called mindfulness. And you're way self-aware. So I love that you're bringing yourself
like there's days that I don't meet my macros and I'm like, fuck, what can I do? Like, you know, but
what do I do?
Yeah, but good. You know, we're trying, and that I feel like it's satisfying because to me it's like, okay, I'm still trying. I'm still, you know, I'm still trying to get it done.
And real quick, along those lines, back to your question too, on like, you know, who's my mentor? I've also had multiple coaches in the past.
Okay.
And so that's where I've learned a lot on, you know, how I would go about it. Like, what would I do? Like, how would I want to be coached differently? Like, what did I like that this coach did? What did I not like that this coach did? And examining that as well. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not going back to that guy. But this coach over here, actually, I like the way, you know, he explained this. So I've learned a lot from also being coached because in my opinion, every good coach or leader has a coach or a mentor.
Of course. Yep. Yeah, for sure. We got some questions, and I mean, because I don't know if they're on here, but I want you to give us just a quick little, like, yes, no, or like whatever answer, okay? So it's like a rapid Q&A kind of thing.
All right, let's do it.
Have you ever had to fire a client?
Yes.
What is the biggest weight loss you've had? You've had.
Biggest weight loss?
Oh, pretty much like a client.
Yeah. So I've had two different individuals lose over 100 pounds. Whoa. Just over 100. Yep, both males, crushing it. I mean, just committed to it, and yeah, super proud of those two guys. Yeah, two different guys have lost over 100 pounds.
Props to them, for sure.
No doubt.
On average, how many people quit their fitness journey with you?
Ooh, how many quit? That's a good question.
On average, like let's say out of the group that you have right now, how many will quit? Or how many have quit?
Yeah, that's interesting because you'd be surprised. I'd have somebody pay me for a 4-month coaching program and then just ghost me after a month. Oh. And I'm like, I don't quite understand that.
Like okay, you just gave out your money?
Yeah, so that has happened a couple times. And I'm like, bro, like I'll reach out and I'll continue coaching them throughout the whole 4 months. I'm like, you paid for this? Like I'm going to keep reaching out. You keep ghosting me. That's on you. That's not on me. It's not on my conscience at that point, you know? I mean, it's hard to put an average, but I do have people that'll complete, you know, a 4-month program with me or longer, and then just go back to old habits. And I'm like, no, we were just on the cusp of that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put a percentage on there for that one. Dang, that is tough.
Yeah.
But it does happen.
And then this girl said, hold on. Do you have to be super fit and jacked to be a fitness coach?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, there's some give and take to that. So the short answer is no. Like you don't have to be at all. However, do you want to hire the personal trainer at the gym that's in worse shape than you? Do you want to hire, you know, a business coach that's been in business for less time than you? And, you know, like, so it goes to show like you need to be able to be the part. Yeah. Look the part, be the part. you are a direct representation of your business. You are your brand. You guys know that. Your face, and in fitness, your physique, your body composition is the brand. So
makes sense,
I would say it's pretty damn important.
This question's not here, but I thought about it and I should have typed it there on the box, but I didn't because it's my question. But have you witnessed that when you're in a better shape, people treat you better than when you're not?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I love that. Treat you better.
Like in general, like anywhere you go. Like, have you witnessed that people treat others when they're in a better shape than when they're not?
I can only speak like from my personal experience. And I will say when I walk into a room and meet somebody new, I do feel there's like some mutual respect out the gate. If you look like you're in shape, like somebody who goes to the gym, you don't necessarily have to be huge or fit or super jacked, but somebody who looks like they go to the gym and exercise, I feel like there's like a mutual respect right out the gate. You have a firm handshake and meet somebody new that they tend to have a little bit more, elevated respect for you. So I've noticed that personally, and maybe it's the way I carry myself. Yeah. Being, more confident these days and not sad, depressed, low self-esteem Esai we were talking about years back. So I feel like maybe it's part of how I carry myself. But I think when you're in shape and you're physically active, it just boosts, chemicals in the brain, you're just in a better mood and it brings your energy up. Therefore, people are more likely to respond and reciprocate that.
The reason I asked that is because the second part of the video, it said it's because other people see take notice of your discipline and because you're a person that's disciplined and you're working for it. Yeah. When they take you more serious, I guess, because of that, because it's discipline. If you're let's say you're a coach and you see somebody that's in a great shape, they worked for that. It's something, it can't be given to you. You have to work your butt off for that. Yep. So that was the answer for that. On that video that I seen, not me questioning you after videos that I watch.
That's a solid point, and I agree with that 100%. When I meet someone who's in better shape than me, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy or this girl gets it. They have, if I guess you could say there's some built trust there because they are somebody who can be very disciplined when they need to be. I love that.
Yeah, dang, that was a good question. I had one in mind, not even close to that.
Brain fart now. Oh, it's okay.
I'm like, you guys want to know what my question was?
What's up?
Do you speak Spanish?
I do not speak Spanish.
I don't know. I assumed he did.
Oh, okay.
So I was just I wonder if he does or he doesn't. So I was just like,
are you a no sabo kid? Are you a no sabo kid?
No sabo kid. I understand a little bit, but I don't speak it fluently. No.
Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from Colorado. Yeah, born here. Okay. So born and raised in
Colorado.
Yep.
Hi, I didn't know that either. Actually,
yes. Well, my question wasn't that bad then.
Yeah, and I've known you for that's true. I've never heard him speak Spanish.
I know all these years. I thought maybe I should speak Spanish or learn Spanish
by now.
I know.
Are you Mexican?
Mexican.
Mexican. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I don't even know if he speaks Spanish. I'm like, I think I should ask him that.
That is a good question. I thought that might come up too, because I've listened to you guys' past episodes. I'm like, when they say their little things in Spanish, I'm not gonna know what the hell they're talking about.
He's gonna be like, sí.
I was trying to rewind it. I was like, I have to, I'm that guy. If you speak it really slow to me, maybe I could understand.
Oh no, that's hard for us to do.
What's a common myth about fitness or weight loss that you wish you could erase forever?
Common myth. I think the biggest one, there's a couple actually that pop into mind. The first one is that lifting weights and eating protein are going to make you bulky.
I've heard that a lot.
That is completely false. If you have 10 years to dedicate to lifting and eating protein, maybe you'll get a little bulky. Okay. But you're not going to look like Arnold in, 3 months of lifting weights and eating protein. So that's one, because that's completely false.
That's a good one, because I was scared of looking like The Rock.
I get scared of that too. I was like, I don't want to wake up one day looking like The Rock. Just kidding.
I do.
I'd love that. That's the goal. But a close second to that would be that cardio is optimal for burning fat. So many people come to me, I'm doing cardio 7 days a week, maybe 6 if I take a day off. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, back
Don't
up
do that.
there. Why? Like, who told you to do that? That's always my first question. Well, I don't know. Nobody ever has an answer for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, cardio is not king.
Okay.
Okay, it's good to know. I mean, I
I
didn't know
mean,
that.
it's a great tool to implement more calorie burn, and it can be a good fat loss tool in addition to strength training, though.
Okay.
Like, strength training is definitely king.
Over here, it says, do you believe physical health and mental health are always connected, and how?
Always connected. I mean, yes, I would say they're always connected. One's gonna affect the other. I believe that. I don't think necessarily being physically active is going to fix any mental health problem or issue. I do believe that it can help, and I do believe that physical exercise is hands down the best antidepressant out there, better than any pill that you could take, better than, I mean, therapy can be very beneficial, but I still think physical exercise is superior. So I do believe that they are connected. Yes. I don't think one of them completely fixes the other, though. I think you have to work on both.
I'm a living proof of that, to be honest. Like, when I was super anxious and I was being medicated, I wasn't feeling anything at all.
Yeah.
And then I went into working out. That was before I gained all this weight. But I was working out often, and like, I would get out of there like giving no shits.
Yep.
Like, I was like happy. Like, just like more calm, more like, I don't know. It just did something to me. And that's when I was really into working out. Like, because it made me feel something that wasn't anxiety. So that's, so I
think you're spot on with feeling nothing. You get like immune to them. Like, I was on antidepressants for a while too. And like, over time, like, even like to your point, I would go work out. And honestly, I look back now, I'm having an epiphany right now. I'm like, oh dang, when I did my physique competition, I did a men's physique show. I was on antidepressants at that time. My, whole prep leading up to it felt super easy. Like, I wasn't hungry. I was able to eat freaking 900 calories a day. I still got all my cardio in, all my workouts in, and I didn't feel great, but I didn't feel bad. I was just numb. Like, I just felt nothing. And I think that's why that was so, like, my girlfriend is like, you were like really good on prep. You didn't get like hangry. Like, a lot of people get moody when they're not eating a lot of food. Like, I was like,
you're fine.
I look back now, like literally right now, I'm thinking about that. Like, shit, it's because I was medicated. I was just like going through the motion, just surviving at that point.
I felt that.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that time, the gym was my escape. Like, because I was able to feel something again, like whether I was like exhausted or like being challenged by a workout, like, but I was feeling something.
Yes.
So that's why I looked forward to like go and get in the gym, because I wanted to feel something again. Like,
that's a good point.
So that was definitely my little escape.
I've definitely had my little stints where I'm like addicted to like, working out in an unhealthy manner, but I've been able to kick it back over the years and like make it more of use it to my benefit now, and not so much as because people can get addicted and obsessed with fitness too, and take fitness to the extremes as well. So I don't want to say there's a fine line, but there is that risk that you're going to get addicted to, like being super in shape, and it's just not realistic.
I kind of want that to happen to me.
Can that happen for like 6 months?
Like, maybe.
I wasn't that extreme on Sunday, but I went to my husband, I'm like, I wanted to be Monday tomorrow already because I want to go to the gym.
Nice.
I was just
Good.
Sometimes I have that, and then sometimes it goes. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm so sorry, but sometimes I fuck today, fuck today's workout, fuck today's food. Like, I just get in that mood where I'm just like, I'm done.
She literally texts me, Zulema,
talk me out of it.
Talk me out of it. I want Starbucks real bad. Tell me what.
She's like, bitch, we're not gonna fit in our PJs later, like for our podcast, like for. I'm like, oh, fine.
Because we started last year. We started doing the Christmas gather. We gathered up last year for Christmas, and we wore PJs. So that's I told him, like, we're not going to look good in our Christmas PJs if you don't stop.
And she actually did stop me like that day. But that day I was like, see, those are the little changes that I see.
Yep.
Where before, once it was on my head,
you would just say, fuck it.
I would say, fuck it all. I'm going.
Yep.
Like, I don't care.
Yep.
So I do give myself, I'm learning to give myself grace.
Yep.
Because I've always been really hard on myself.
Yeah.
And it's been really helping. Like, any win, I'm like, hell yeah, I like hype myself. I did it. I was this close hitting my macros today. Like,
you
that.
should have seen how I screamed yesterday when I hopped on the scale.
Yes.
Because I hop on Friday to send him like the update, and then I hop on Monday so I can kind of get like a little fresh start of like, okay, this is how it's gonna look. So I hopped on yesterday and I saw 215. I'm like, oh, I thought I wasn't gonna get to 215 by the end of the week, and I was all like screaming and like all happy.
She met the goal. I haven't. I'm still like, because we said by the time she hit 215, I was gonna be. I didn't care if it was 149 point like whatever ounces before 150.
Yeah,
I was like, but I'm gonna be on the 149. And she beat me to the goal.
Dang.
She got to 150. I'm still at 150. I haven't gained, but I haven't lost.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is happening?
We got check-in day in a few days, so I'm excited to see where you're both at.
We'll see.
And luckily for you tonight, you said you have gym workout tonight, right? So I brought you guys some First Form energy drinks, some Form Energy, so you could pound one of those before your workout, before you have to call Sulema and tell her, hey.
Every time we have one, I'm gonna save it because when we have a boring podcast, I'm gonna chug it.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get some First Form like energy drinks because I'm pretty sure you've seen some previous videos. Sulema over here has like this little, I don't know, her little glitch that she goes on to like zoning out, and I'm over here talking by myself. So, and when I brought her Alani Nu energy drink, and she did great. So let's test out the First Form ones.
Yeah, your next podcast, you guys share one before the podcast starts.
Yeah.
And then you guys each can get a feel for how you like it.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Well, I just have maybe this question, and then the last one. I have them over here on this side. If someone listening feels stuck physically or mentally, what is the first step they should take? And let me answer a little bit. Holla at your boy Esai.
Nice.
That's the first step you should take. But
reach out to Esai.
What would you say to them? Like if they're feeling stuck physically or mentally?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think just being able to assess where you're at and where do you actually want to go? Like, where are you stuck at? Like, where are you trying to go first? I always like to start with the end in mind. Like, what's the end destination? You're not going to just, jump on any highway and just start driving if you want to go to the West Coast to the beach. You're going to find a map, go the quickest way there. You need a roadmap to get there. So where do you want to be first? But some practices, though, I would say, some tools that have really helped me is praying about it, asking God to show you some signs, talk to me. Let's just allow him to be, in your environment with you. You don't even have to ask him to solve all your problems. Just have him be present. Meditation. I meditate every single day. So there's a ton of guided meditations on YouTube. 5-minute ones can do a lot of can really, help you out. Journaling can definitely help. You're in a bad mental space. Just getting it out of your brain onto paper. Yes, I freaking love journaling. I need to do it more. I've been back at it this last month, doing it daily. That can be a huge help. But also reach out to somebody that, even if it's not like a coach or mentor, somebody that you're looking to actually hire like myself, but a loved one. Who can you trust? Who's in your corner? Like, who is literally in your corner to help out? And if it's not so much the mental part that you're stuck in, but just physically, like, what am I doing with my fitness goals? Reach out to an expert, someone that's done it, someone that's walked through those shoes, or somebody that does what you're looking to accomplish. Like, you have to at times, especially as a male, I can speak to this. You have to swallow your pride and put your ego aside and ask for help. There's nothing wrong with being humble enough to be somebody who's coachable.
Yeah. Great. I love that answer for sure. And the last question we have for you. I feel like this was like an interview, but people wanted to know. Like,
I
feel
it.
like This has been the most questions we've ever gotten.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw you put it on your story yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, for
what
sure.
What are people going to say?
Good thing they're like good questions, huh? Like they're not like creepy questions. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, did you get any of those? I don't know.
We've gotten some crazy stories. I'm like, whoa. But if you could leave our listeners with just one message to live by, what would it be?
Ooh, wow, to live by. That I gotta really think about that one. I don't have nothing off the top of my head.
Something that kind of goes with you, like what you've done.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, like I just feel like you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you can go all in and pursue your life in a way of being intentional in everything that you do and not half-assing anything, like literally not half-assing any part of what you do. When you wake up in the morning, do you make your bed, right? All the way down to how you treat your closest friends and family. If you could do every piece of your life with just a little bit more intention and put a little bit more effort into all the important shit in your life, you'll realize real quick, like, what things don't matter in your life and what things matter the most. And I think prioritizing what's important to you is everything in this world. You know, that's what I think. So, and if you're having trouble prioritizing what is important, do what I said, like be a little more intentional with every aspect of your life and then pray on it. Yeah. You know, pray on it. I think Jesus has a lot to say and a lot to help with those who are in need and looking to just live a better life.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Amen. I can say that.
Yes. Love
For
it.
sure. Do you have any more questions, Zulema?
No, I'm just still like thinking about the Spanish one that I thought he did speak Spanish, but she's in shock. She's like, what? But I did see some goodies right there.
Oh, yes. Gifts. Before we finish this video, what you bring us?
Oh, yeah. We do need a knife to cut the tape open.
Where'd you put the scissors?
I don't know, but I think we can do it. I think we got it. Oh, they're heavy. What you put in here? Should we here?
You're not supposed to say they're heavy because then we've been lifting.
Oh yeah, they're not heavy, guys. They're not
heavy. We got this.
All right, you ready, Zulema?
Wait, you need to.
I think we can get it. Let's see.
Can you get it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can't.
Maybe.
I got one.
Did you?
Yep, I got one. Do you need help, dude?
Yeah.
I taping these up, I was like, they're not gonna be able to untape these.
Okay, I got mine. It's just two, right?
Yes. Oh God, that didn't work, did it? This is gonna be your intro. Me saying, "Oh God." Son of a bitch. This is only
why did I tape this?
This is only one of them. Okay.
Okay.
All
First one. First down.
20 years later.
Oh yeah, you have to put the SpongeBob.
Like
Look, we're close. I had to tape them though because they just flop right open if I didn't.
Careful,
tape them.
SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob.
You gotta flip it this way, Sule.
Okay. Yes, it goes like this.
Flip it the other way. No, so that when we open it, we can see.
Okay.
Here, get rid of these.
Okay, ready?
I just wanted you to know which one was which.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, here we go.
1, 2,
3. Oh wait. Oh,
a card.
A card. Okay, can we read? Or should we read like?
You don't have to read them on the air.
Okay. Don't read it on air, Sulema.
We got a business card.
They're not that personal, but they are personal.
Okay.
We'll read that later.
Okay, ready?
Because then I'm going to be in tears.
Yeah, Sulema's a chillona. She cries for everything.
1, 2, go.
What?
This is nice.
It is nice. Oh, dude.
Yes, this is a thank you gift to both of you for putting your trust in me as your coach and to be able to, coach and educate and guide you guys along your fitness journeys. And I love being a part of it. So
thank you.
Just a little thank you. And thank you for letting me be on the podcast.
This is so cool. We'll take a little clip, but it has your logo. Mm-hmm. Evolving Energy. I hopefully you guys can see it. It is so pretty. I don't want to use it.
Nice.
I know. I've thought about it. I'm like, do I keep one just to put in my kitchen counter somewhere?
Thank
and then the little knives.
Yeah.
We should have used these to open the box.
So I don't know if it's considered a cutting board or a charcuterie board because of the little tools. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I think it's a charcuterie board for like your treats and stuff.
It could be both.
Can we eat? Can we have that?
Yeah, the first party you guys host with these, I'd need to be invited. That's
For
the only. That's the only rule.
Heck yeah.
They're cute. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to talk to our listeners? Like, tell them.
I guess my final words would just be, don't be afraid to take a chance on yourself. I mean, pursue excellence in everything you do. Tell those that you love. Tell the most important people in your life that they are the most important people in their life. I think I said that backwards. Rewind that. Tell the most important people in your life that they are that important to you. I think people need to hear that. I think people need to hear that they are loved and appreciated more. And so to those people that are that for you in your life, make sure they know. A lot of people don't understand like the power of words and the law of, attraction. Mm-hmm. And I think if we can put more of that out into the universe, you attract what you put out. So
for sure,
you are energy. Everybody is energy. So put it out there in a positive manner.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. If you all need a coach, you know where to find him. We will link all your social medias, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep. Instagram would be the best way to get a hold of me. So
Instagram, yeah.
Shoot me a message.
We'll tag Coach Esai.
Forgot about that.
That's gonna stay forever.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.
Did he tell you didn't know about the couch thing?
No.
Like when we first started, we were texting back and forth about something. And she's like, "Okay, thanks, couch." It was the text message. I was like, "Couch," and I put LOL. You said couch. You called me couch or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that way. He's my couch for me now.
I'm Coach Esai.
Couch Esai.
I'm good with that. If it's today, chilling on the couch.
It's because you know what? You've been getting Sule off her couch.
Yeah.
She loves this couch, man.
I do.
She loves this couch. So, yeah, maybe that's why. That's why she called you that.
Couch.
Nice. I love it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you guys soon and have a really beautiful day and see you guys next time.
Peace, love, and protein.
Peace, love, and protein?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're going to say that now.
Peace, love, and protein.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
No, la policía, no.